What's happening, babies? Welcome back to Storytime with JP. I'm JP. Today, we have one of my favorite people in Austin. I love this dude, a great friend. He's also one of the hosts of our Birthday Boys show, Sir Cody Mac. Just wanted to remind you quickly to subscribe, check out our merch, and enjoy the show. Strap in for a juicy tale about a beautiful night to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Cody Mac.
So college is a weird time for everybody. You know, you learn about yourself a lot in college. Like, you try drugs for the first time if you haven't done them before. You party a lot. Hell, maybe you even do some gay stuff. Who knows? That wasn't my thing, but to each his own. But I was doing drugs when I was 14. Like, I was smoking weed, popping Xanax and Lortabs and ecstasy at the time. Now it's Molly, but ecstasy at the time. And I learned that you always need something bigger and better. When I was 16 years old, I started doing methamphetamine. That comes to bite me back in the ass when I'm in college, because there's not much access to drugs in my hometown. You really go from like weed, pills, like straight to meth. There's not much in between. You don't go buy cocaine. It's gonna be baking soda. That's what it is. So in college, I thought I was going to be a big drug dealer. You know, the male equivalent of being a male stripper. I was going to drug deal and make money and get through college. Well, one night, I had a friend who was at the gas station, and this friend found a bag of meth at said gas station. Now, I have experience with it. She did not at the time. So she brought it to me for closer inspection. She was like, "What is this? How much is it?" Blah, blah, blah. And I had a scale and everything. So I weighed it up, even took a little quality check trying to find out. And she brought about half an ounce of methamphetamine into my apartment. Now, I wasn't doing meth at the time. That's something I did probably a handful of times when I was in high school. It just wasn't for me. I like to sleep, and when you do methamphetamine, you don't ever. So I have a half ounce of methamphetamine in my apartment. And I was also selling weed. And a concoction that I created, which was half Xanax, half Adderall. You'd be surprised. It actually helps. Because it puts you up just enough, and then the Xanax puts you just calm enough so you can get the job done, but you're not going to remember getting it done. But you got it done. And we decided October 28th, we were going to go out to a bar. Because it was coming up on Halloween. We wanted to go celebrate Halloween, get drunk at the bar. Did not know that the bar that we went to was a frat guys throwing a party. We weren't frat people at all. So we just went out. Me and a couple of my homies started talking to some females. We're like, "Yo, we're thinking about throwing a Halloween party at our apartment." Didn't know that frat guys claimed property of women in 2014. But apparently they still did. And they got mad kicked us out because we were talking to their women. So we were like, yo, what we are going to do is we're going to get all their numbers. And we're going to hit them up and invite them back to our place on Halloween. And we're going to throw a mad crazy party. So my roommate got a fuck ton of alcohol. You can think of the type of alcohol we had. We had whiskey, rum, gin, vodka, fucking Hennessy. We had everything. We even had vodka gummy bears that we let soak for 2 days. And I had just bought a weed vaporizer. That'll come into play in a bit. Then we threw said party, but we went to campus because we lived across the street from campus. They were throwing a big Halloween party there as well. And we were yelling blatantly out in front of everybody that we were throwing a party in my apartment. The apartment complex is called Frog Ponds, which is across the street. We were yelling out the apartment number. We'll leave the door open for you. Bad idea. We go back. We get the music blaring. We get it. It's crazy. Start texting. And any person that we knew, we were texting them, inviting them to this party. And before we knew it, the entire apartment was full of people. I mean, to the point where we weren't really walking around our own apartment. You're kind of just stuck where you're at. If you're on the balcony, you're out on the balcony for a while. You're going to be out there for a minute. Now, the rest of this story is somebody else telling me, because I don't remember. I blacked out at 11 o'clock. This story ends at 6 a.m. I was talking to this chick at the time, and I invited her back to my room. I had some Jack Daniels down home punches. I had 2 cases of them. I was only 19 at the time. Super illegal. I drank 7 of the 12 on top of taking a shot of whatever the guest picked of alcohol with them when they came in. Every guest that I could catch, because I couldn't catch everybody. And also on top of playing 21 games of beer pong, winning. So staying on the table for a while. And then on top of taking breaks and hitting a weed vaporizer multiple times. Now, apparently, I went to bed and kicked everybody out of my room around 3 a.m. They hear a knock at the door about 6 a.m. Apparently, this party was still going on. The party was so crazy that my roommate invited his friend from Baton Rouge to drive up and come to it. So when they heard a knock at the door, they thought it was my roommate's friend. Was not. It was the police. Now, they knew which room was mine. And before they let in anybody, before they let in the police, they threw all the stuff that was illegal in my bedroom. Now, cops came in. They knew who they were looking for. Oh, fucking El Chapo over here. They were looking for the boy. Now, they handed me a piece of paper. Sign this so we can search your room. This is you giving us consent. Now, I could have got away with this because I was under the age of 21, and B, under the influence of alcohol. I could have got away because I was not legally able to give consent. They messed up the paperwork, said I was not drunk. I promise you, I was very drunk. I was so drunk that after I signed the piece of paper, I threw up on it and gave it back to the police saying, "Here you go." Then they handcuffed me, laid me down on the couch, and started to search my room. I need you to remember that this is also Halloween. So I was in costume. My costume was Slutty Green Lantern. I was wearing a crop top, which was it was a Green Lantern shirt that I turned into a crop top with no sleeves, and the only thing that I can describe as male booty shorts. If it wasn't for my underwear, you could easily see my dick in these shorts, hanging out the pants leg. So my friend was like, "Hey, if you're going to take this guy to jail, can I at least put a shirt on him?" So he puts on a shirt while I'm still handcuffed and gave me a pair of pants to put on. They go to walk me out the apartment because they found everything. They found the meth, they found the narcotics, they found my weed, they found my paraphernalia. I had a big blue bong that was called Blastoise after the Pokemon because I started with a little blue one that I called Squirtle, had a medium blue one named War Turtle, and then Blastoise. They took all of my shit, and they found it all. They took me to go down the stairs. I could barely walk. It took 4 cops to carry me down the steps to the car, put me in the back of the car, and I kept asking them as I was riding, "Where are we going, guys?" I came to in the drunk tank while he was reading me my Miranda's rights, telling me, "Hey, you don't understand what we found. Like, you could possibly be going away for a long time." Fuck. Okay, so what do we do now? It's like, all right, well, we're going to bring you to the detention center, and you're going to be there until you get bailed out. How does that work? I don't know. Well, you're going to have to call the bail bondsman, have him come pay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right. Get to jail. Like, all right, you get 1 phone call. It's like, fuck. I'm going to call my mom. Because my mom loves me. I'm not going to call my dad. Because my dad's not going to be happy about this. Call my mom. The first words out of her mouth is, "I'm going to have to call your dad." I was like, you know what? Just leave me in here. I'm okay. I'm cool. I don't need to get out anytime soon. Well, we're going to have to do that. All right. So I go, and I'm just in my fucking cell. I'm in isolation by myself. Because I had one of my best friends I grew up with. He worked at the prison. Like, I grew up right around the corner from this guy. I smoked weed in this guy's house every day. And he had a brother that was a cop in the city as well. And he looked at me as a brother. Like, he would walk in right after getting off his shift, still in police uniform, on us. He would walk in on us, like, rolling up some bud and whatnot. And he would be like, "Hey, guys, don't smoke inside. Just take it outside." Fine. Great. Well, I get out. I go to my phone. I got a text from this gentleman, the brother. "Hey, whenever you get your phone and you get everything sorted, just come see me." I'm like, all right. So I go see him, and he's like, "All right, man. I'm looking at your little case here. I got good news, I got bad news. Which one first?" I was like, fuck it, give me the bad news first. He said, "You can fight this, But you're running a risk if you lose, you're looking at 5 to 10 years in prison. Louisiana doesn't play about methamphetamine. And I was methamphetamine with intent to distribute because I had that much. It's like, all right, the fuck is the good news? He's like, well, I'm the probation officer of a program called Drug Court. And it's a 2-year outpatient court order rehab. You could plead guilty to this methamphetamine charge and possibly get in. And in 2 years, you do everything we ask of you. You graduate, you'll be out, and you can actually get this all expunged from your record. You don't want me to go to prison? Prison don't seem to be that bad, right? He's like, nah, man, just take the plea deal. I was like, all right. So I took the plea deal. 2 years, drug court. I never failed a drug test. Was completely sober for 2 years. Passed over 231 drug screens in 2 years. Had to take multiple every week. Had to go to multiple classes, therapy, all kind of shit. Went to 6 to 7 AA meetings a week when I was 19. Didn't even get to celebrate 21st birthday. Right? And it was all started, like all of my life completely changed in a night that I genuinely don't fucking remember. My name is Cody Mac, guys. Check out my Instagram, Cody Mac _comedy, TikTok, YouTube, all that shit. Yeah, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun.